So I am a complete idiot and forgot to film an intro, which is why I look like this and I don't have lashes on and I don't have a lip on. It's because I've been lounging around for the last couple hours after filming this video and I just went to edit the footage and realized that I don't have an intro, so here I am filming one. Today we're going to be doing this look right here. I'm a really big fan of it. I love the way it turned out. It's a little bit different than I intended, but that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. And if you guys want to learn how I achieve this look, make sure to keep on watching. But before we start, I would want you to subscribe. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button on the whatever side it's on. Dwight wants to say hi or leave or whatever. But anyways, let's just go ahead and roll this tutorial. So I'm gonna start with this mulberry shade right here on, guess what brush? The Morphe E36. And I'm just going to put this in my crease. I already have my P. Louise base on. So I'm just gonna dab this all over my crease. And the reason why I like to dab this on first is because I don't want to like do the windshield wiper motions and then just kind of like smear it everywhere. I want to be like very precise about the placement of the shadow and where I'm putting it down, especially with working with darker shadows first and then blending it out after with lighter shadows. It's just easier for me to just like dab 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 and then occasionally just like once it's all on there just start the windshield wiper motions. And I don't want to bring it up too high. Just keep that concentrated in the crease. I look so weird right now. Okay, next I'm going to take this City Color CC-E05 brush and I'm just going to dip into the Kokie palette. I'm going to take the shade Royal right here and just kind of blend that out. It's a little bit lighter than the mulberry shade. It's more like burgundy, I would say. And what I like to do when blending out my crease is I like to raise my eyebrows a little bit, put the brush in there and then relax. So that way, you know, you're not bringing it up too high and it's keeping that darker color concentrated where it should be. And of course I go like a little bit higher to make sure it's all blended out, but not too high. And I always just lift and then put it back down. Okay, now I'm taking the BH Fluffy blending brush that I have. I'm dipping into this peachy shade right here. I just want this to be like a very like pink look. And I'm just gonna blow this all out. I'm gonna blend that up into the brow bone. Make sure there's a nice blend right there. And I'm gonna go in with the CC-E05 brush again, and I'm just gonna take more of this shade right here and just kind of blend everything out. And you especially want to keep blending like in the inner corner of your eye. Most people neglect that area. I know I do sometimes, so it's just nice to just bring the blending brush all the way in. So there's no lines of demarcation. Now I'm going back into Soft Glam and I'm just picking up that mulberry shade once again, very, very lightly, and I'm just deepening the crease out. Okay, now we're going to cut the crease. I'm just taking this flat brush I have from the brand Le Beauty-Soie, and it's like a flat concealer brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of that P. Louise base and just start putting it on my eye right near the lash line. And I've shown you guys this trick before in my halo cut crease, but it works with any cut crease. So I just put it near the base of my eyelashes, the base of my eye, and then I'm just gonna look up. And you see that transfer right there? That's how high your crease is going to be cut. So I just like to dab it on and get like the nice general shape before I go back in with more product and like swipe it over. You know what I mean? Feel? So there is that nice like general shape. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the base and I'm just gonna make sure that the crease is like really precise. Yeah, just like flick it out a little bit. Okay, so there is the crease and it's all cut. I'm gonna clean up my brush and then we're going to apply some shadow on the lid. Okay, and now I'm gonna take some of Rose Pink right here. I'm just gonna take that on my finger and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner. Ooh. So nice and pigmented. And you guys know I like to use a small detailed brush to do the top of my crease so it doesn't mess up the rest of the shadow and keeps it nice and crisp. So I'm gonna take that small brush and just fill in that top part of the crease. It's like coloring in between the lines. You gotta make it look pretty. I love the shimmers in here. They're so buttery and smooth. Okay, and now we're going to go into the shade right next to it, which is Sultry. And I'm just gonna do the rest of the cut crease. And I'm just taking it on the same brush. And more so towards like the end of where we cut the crease. Just because we want to build that gradient effect. I'm actually gonna lay this down and put a little bit more of Rose Pink on top of it. Yeah, so now going back in with Rose Pink. Just kind of blending it all together. And I actually just go in and just like rub that a little bit with my finger. And I'm actually gonna go in with the Morphe E36 again. I'm going to go back into that Kokie palette. I'm gonna take the Royal shade again and just like darken up that crease back out. I'm gonna take a Peach Puff again on the same brush and just kind of like swipe that in where we put the shimmer down just to create like a nice effortless transition. And just once more with Royal on the outer corner. And once again, taking Peach Puff on the blending brush from BH, I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit more just because the area is looking a little bit tight. And once more, I'm going in with the Mulberry shade, which is the burgundy shade in the Soft Glam palette. And I'm just going to buff that out with the same small Morphe brush. I'm actually gonna create more of a like effect. And so I'm just gonna bring it out a little bit, alternating between the small Morphe brush and my BH brush, so I can blend that all out. And we're also gonna do some eyeliner work. I'm thinking about adding like a white liner. It's gonna mix with the pink shadows and make it look like a light pastel pink, which is gonna look really nice. So I'm excited for that. So I'm actually going to do my other eye and then I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera and then I'll come back to show you what I'm gonna do with the eyeliner. Okay, so I'm done with the majority of my face. I did blow out the shadow a little bit more. I wanted to make it look very, 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 very blown out. As you can see, that extends all the way over here. I just took that Peach Puff shade and then a little bit of the darker shades and I just like whoosh, make that like V shape a little bit. And then now we're gonna go into the eyeliner. I'm actually not gonna use like a traditional eyeliner for this. I'm actually gonna go into my little CC Beauty palette. I'm gonna take that white shade and I'm just gonna use that just because it's more workable and malleable than my other white eyeliners that I have. The only one I've ever tried was that NYX one, and it's a liquid one, and it cracks all the time, and I'm just like not down for that. And this is more oil based, so it's gonna be easier to utilize and drag around my eyelids. So we're gonna be using that, and I'm gonna be using this small Sigma eyeliner brush. I'm just gonna dip into the palette here. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this eyeliner, but we're gonna see. So I'm just gonna go and line the top portion of my crease. I always like to start in the middle because that's where the line is the thickest. Whenever I start out with the liner, I always like to start in the middle because that's where it's thickest and there's the most room for error right there. So if I need to like make a thinner line and drag that down, I don't have like a whole bunch of product on my brush. It's all in the center already. Gonna drag that, and I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker. Oh yeah, that makes such a huge difference. Okay, and now I'm actually going to do a white liner right here. We're gonna do a wing. Okay, now we're just gonna drag it all the way to the inner part of my eye. Okay, so I finished up the eyeliner. I was gonna do more, but I'm pretty happy with the end result right here. So I'm just gonna put on mascara and some lashes, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I popped on some lashes to complete the look. These are in the style D115 from Dodo Lashes, and use code cakedbybabyk for 10% off. I'll leave that in the description bar down below. Yeah, so this is the completed look. I really like how it turned out. I originally was gonna do more with the eyeliner, but I was like not feeling it and I was lazy, and I like how it turned out with just these two swipes. So yeah, I will leave a link to the CC Beauty palette down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. I absolutely love that palette. I've been using it for all of my Halloween looks. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do Halloween tutorials. I know this tutorial was pretty laid back and not so much in detail, but let me know if you guys want me to go more in depth and more in detail for the upcoming tutorials, so I know to gauge how detailed you want these videos to be. So yeah, and I'm going to be posting this look on Instagram. Make sure to check that post out and like it as well and show me some love. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next video.